So welcome, welcome to a new Plug and Groove video. My name is John Skippy. I'm cool. Welcome. So this is a video in support of CineFire. This is a new patch library I have released for Omnisphere 2.6. This is actually OmniPulse 3, but I call it CineFire for the brand, what this is, because there's a lot of cinematic stuff in here, a lot of drum and percussion stuff appropriate for cinematic film. Let me get this closer too. Cinematic and film kind of things. Get my microphone so it's a little bit more in my face. Anyway, I want to show you the arpeggiator because that has been seriously upgraded with 2.6. And this library, I really took advantage of some of those new features. I will even, as a bonus, show you this specific pattern that I've created, which is in this patch. This is just the straight up call it up patch, and Marcato 8th number 4 will do this. And all I'm doing, I'm playing these chords. And yes, Sublab is in there for the and then Trillion. Right? You gotta have a little bit of that thumb action from a bass player, right? Put that with Sublab and these strings. And then the piece de resistance is adding the super macho drum. And I've modified this kit so that certain sounds, this is not, here, let me turn off note lock because I had it locked, but I don't let this ring out. I have it short and I'm using the hold to make it have a bit of time before it decays. And then this clap, I am just cramming the daylights out of the punch effect, so without it. So those two things make this snare just really like. Anyway, we're not here to talk about super macho drums, but I love to talk about super macho drums because it's the best, most badass drum way to make drum kit grooves and stuff like that. And it's on my website. By the way, if you want any of these libraries, please come to plugandguru.com. Here is my site. And as you can see, OmniPulse is up here. There's libraries for all of these different synthesizers. Something like 80 libraries now. I've been at this since 2009, so I am not a spring chicken. Can you tell from the gray hair? Gray hair? Hey, and if you like this video, please, I always forget to do this, but I should promote a little more. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification if you want to know when I do a live stream every Saturday. If the notification bell has been turned on, you'll get a little thing on your phone or your portable devices or computer that says, hey, Plug and Guru is live. So please do that if you would like. I'm going to talk to you about how to do stuff like this and some of the cool features in the arpeggiator. So before I get to the arpeggiator, let me show you one more cool trick, a feature of these string programs, because there's like 16 different string programs. They all kind of have a similar model, but different parameters for a different effect. Layer A in this mix is this. And it's even in the wrong key, so it shouldn't work. But because of how it's high pass filtered and stuff, it's set up in such a way. And then what's cool with this, you can use the timbre shift. And if you do this, you might want to bring down the decay. But you can get this to sound like. Now let me do this. So this should be 0. You can find the place by working with a combination of timbre and this transpose, because key tracking of pitch is off. So this is just this, like, I'm doing a D50 trick. This is what the D50 did back in the days. It had all these cool samples for attack transients, and then it had a body that was done by the synth. Well, I'm using string atmospheres, the string ensemble. That's this sound right here. But they sound far away. The recording that they recorded for this is not got a lot of rosin. So I am adding rosin. And you can choose what the tonality of the rosin is and how it sounds by changing both timbre and chorus tuning. So play with those. Find your own version of this that works for your mix so that it sounds, as you can hear, I'll play it in the groove. If I want more rosin, I can also go to the effects, to the EQ on this, and bring up more rosin here. But it is a trick, and so you have to be careful with volumes, because if you go up too far in this timbre shift in the negative direction, it increases the pitch of the rosin. So you want to play with it to find the right place, or just leave it where I had it. I just love it. I love breaking rules like that, finding ways that you can get things to work where it has it. Okay, so let's look at this arpeggiator. There's a lot of things that are added and different. For one thing, right here where you used to select the actual patterns for certain things and reset and all that, they've added these like what I would call operations, things like duplicate with the mirror, which is like it will duplicate it but backwards. Over here's where you find presets now. If you have any Plugin Guru library, you have the Plugin Guru presets, which go for trance. I could go to any of these that are chord, and these would sound interesting. Some of these are string based, so right? Or now there's currently a bug. If I hit the plus down, it resets to blank. So you can't, unfortunately, scroll, but if you just keep going over here and trying different ones, you can find. Now let's play with this a little bit. Let's do this. Let's go up here, and at the very top is blank. Let's just choose blank, because then we can drag this out to be as long as we want. I'm actually going to suggest that you start with it short, either with 4 or with 8. Because this way you can create something, and let's say 16th notes, but make it so it's playing an 8th note pattern by selecting every other one. Right? Now, currently, if I go up here, I could choose chord, and that puts everything into. So anytime you need a pulse type of thing, you can just set chord and you're set to go. I don't want to do that. I'm going to set it to random. Right? Because that way, whatever chord I'm playing, here, let me get show MIDI up. This is our really cool MIDI effect that can show you the keyboard. And it's currently not being shown, so we're going to show it. So we go like this. This way you can see what notes I'm playing. And we go. So I'm playing a chord, and it's randomly choosing between these notes. Right? Now, first of all, to get this to be a little bit more stringy, I'm going to add another one. Because strings play all sorts of crazy stuff. If you hold down Shift, as long as your length is set to be long, you can hold down Shift and change the duration of a specific event. So I'm going to get 2 of these to go. Right? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. When you click on this little box now, you can do these operations to each event. You could transpose it up, so I could say up an octave. And this is just transposing the events themselves. Right? So if you made them straight notes and made it a melody with different pluses and minuses, you could do your standard arpeggiated melodies and stuff like that. Instead, let's choose chord. And this is like setting the chord for the whole thing, but it's only for that one event. So I'm gonna go over here and do it to these two events. Right? So that's pretty cool. If you want, you can hold down on the chord setting and notice that there's different voicing and inversions. These are really cool at getting additional like complexity, but it stays in the chords of what you play. So you up and down. There's such things as slides now, so you can have it slide up an octave. Let's try that in this groove, see how that sounds, because that might be interesting. It's cool. So you can do such things now. I like this, right? So let's use duplicate range. And what this does is this duplicates it exactly how it was, but now I could go to these guys and I could make them slightly different. And I could add, let's have this one be louder. And let's use another cool thing called dividers. On this one, let's have it play 3 really fast on this one. So. You hear that? You almost don't hear it sometimes. But sometimes you do. So I love stuff like that where it's not the same all the time. Let's add another one here and make this be just a 2 divider. Let's have this one do a slide different, like. See? Now, one thing that's cool is all these things that you're doing to the arpeggiator, even this pitch stuff. As soon as you start using the pitch stuff, I don't know if you know this, but the pitch pin range automatically gets bumped to 24 semitones. What's really interesting is that I can now, I could take this and I could drag this. If I capture, let's say 2 measures, if I play, I could go, well, it's in the key of A minor, right? So, or a D minor. It's captured that. So now I can click right here. Here, let's get Logic over here. Hello, Logic. So I could take this. I deleted what I had because I had a sequence there. I deleted it. I can go like this, and it has added that in here. So not only can this arpeggiator go in and let you do really crazy things, make really cool string things if you have the right sounds, like you get in CineFire, right? But you can actually capture up to 16 bars and then drag that MIDI file to your DAW of choice. That sounds great. But if you were to take a look at this, let's do this. Let's have that go away. And if we brought this open like this and said, show me A for automation on the region and pitch bend. It has pitch bend recorded into it that it actually added. So I could take and hold down shift and take these events and so you can edit this after the fact to do even more cool stuff to it if you want. Cool. So I hope that gives you some ideas of things you can do with this arpeggiator. Thank you for your support as always. I sincerely appreciate your business keeping me afloat so I can keep making videos and doing all sorts of things to put knowledge in your brains so that you can do more with these plugins. Okay, see you later. Take care. Bye. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to save this because I like how this came out. So save this arpeggiator preset. Crazy trap strings with a Z. And I'm going to put that into a, let's see, let's just put it here. And then I'm going to put a link and you'll be able to download this arpeggiator preset from a link that I'll provide, okay? So this will be free. It sounds best, of course, inside of CineFire. So go to the pluginguru.com website and get the library. Just load this preset after loading the Marcato 8th, number 4, and you'll sound like this, okay? Bye.